Bucks here. So, a lot of problems with the run right now in Madden 21. It's repeating Madden 20 style of overpoweredness. So, I want to go through how I've been able to stop the run or at least slow it down a little bit. Obviously, you'll get into those games where they break a tackle, they go the whole way, they keep grinding down you. Those games happen. That's this game. But here's what I got for QB draw defense, I form, that kind of stuff defense. And I kind of want to go through the different things that I do in game. If you're going to ask me about personnel, don't, right? Speed. Have speed everywhere. That's what you want on your field. Obviously, block shed matters like that much, but like speed that much because of the way you have to play defense. Sadly, in this game, zones are not coded properly. They play the pass first, no matter what it is, instead of real life. So you have to play man a lot of times, and then you get kind of torn up in the pass with different routes. But I'll do an ebook on the whole thing all coming together. Today, I just want to talk about stopping the run, what you can do there. Obviously, the pass off of it, they can tear you up with some of the concepts too, if they know what they're doing, of course. But this will stop a majority of the run spammers. Like I said, speed all over. Let's go through QB draw defense first. Now, there's been a couple of ways I've been successful. Nickel, big nickel. You could do either one. We'll throw nickel in first. I like big nickel a lot too. So cover for palm. Like, all right, I'm gonna show you. Let's use cover 4 palms as a sub. Let's come out. I'll show you what happens against the QB draw against a regular cover 3, okay? This is what happens. We'll just do like an empty base flex. I wonder if empty trio is the better draw. One of these two are the better draw. But anyways, empty trio. All right, so here's what, against the cover 3, this is what happens. Stock cover 3. You see how everybody kind of drives backwards? And that was a bad stick by me. I should have waited for my block to set. But do you see how at the snap of the ball, zones play the pass first because it's a draw. It's like, it's a pass, whatever. So everybody falls back. They have a delay reaction to the ball. If I would have followed 68, I would have had more yards. But generally, people will kick it out left right away at the snap of the ball to get more yards. So you're like, okay, well, that's obviously the problem, right? You just run around him, go there. I've got Troz active, and I just run around everybody because I got Lamar. See, that's why speed's effective because, you need somebody to catch Lamar on this stuff. So what can you do to stop this kind of stuff? Now, this might not be the best way, but it's one of the two ways I'm going to show you how to do it. Cover 4 palms on defense, because these guys, if you look in the run fits, they're playing them, right? They're playing the run fit, these safeties. Now, palms has its own problems because it's a man match, and there are, major issues with man match in this game. So either you can leave it on, you could do that, but an important thing here is to not let them get you out wide. So what I do in this set is QB contain, because everybody thinks it's a pass right away, right? So we got to stop the pass right away. So don't let them get outside your end. So I QB contain. I'll put Hayward in a spy, as you generally want to spy in the game anyways against Lamar. So somebody fast here, of course. Like I said, speed is needed. And then user someone like Bush. So I'll just let the game play out as it is. And you'll watch how this is different than like regular cover 3. So you go out wide. Okay, that was a shed. So it didn't play it the greatest. And it didn't play it like this guy in the back did not come down and play it like a lot of times they do. But do you see how you kind of had numbers over here if they did get away from that tackle? You still had Minka over there. He was kind of reading him. And then, oh, man, Minka played really bad there. Man, because once he crossed the line of scrimmage, he'll attack him. But you see what's happening here? The spy ends up going back. So, you're like, oh, spy plays it pretty well. And he actually, the QB contained didn't do that well either. He went inside. So, strange, all right? Maybe not the greatest. So, and what ended up you needed to do, and why you need speed? Cover 2 man. All right, cover 2 man. QB contains, QB spies everywhere. Now watch how they play the quarterback and this play itself on the draw. Watch those safeties. See how they come down? See how he's chasing him now? So obviously moves can be made, but he fumbled even with, wait, did he have Troz on? I thought he had Troz on, he wouldn't fumble. Regardless, do you see how much more aggressively they played? So the palms is okay for a little bit of run support, but the QB spies at safety play the best. So here we are. Actually, my Dupree got bullied. Why? This is kind of strange for me that Dupree isn't playing that well. Maybe I'll slant him out next time along with the contain, but basically what's happening, he got out wide left, safety chasing him. If he goes right, there's a safety there. You also have Hayward right there to potentially cause some havoc. Your user would be one of those safeties also. So generally, I like to play. I'd play the safety on the strong side because guys like to go left to the weak side because there's just more bodies on the strong side that can potentially shed. So that's the best chance, the best way I've been able to stop it. is out of this kind of set with man coverage, shaded over the top. Obviously, you don't want to get beat. But then, like, if they call a pass, you're going to have to use the heck out of different slant routes, cross routes, post patterns, that kind of stuff. Put in different post patterns, try to confuse them that way. But that's it. Otherwise, you know, you can play a little bit, like I say, of like, if you go back to cover 4, let's show this, cover 4 or cover 3. If you want to play a cover 3 on this, the best thing is maybe put this guy and then spy out these guys and then user one of these guys over here, or maybe user him and then cover the deep third yourself. Like, this is another way of potentially stopping it. If you want to try and play a more of a zone cover to stop it, but you're gonna have to take care of the whole middle yourself, and then they run over and they can stop it pretty good. So there is a way of playing zone in it, but man coverage kind of sticks to more of the receivers. You don't have as much responsibility and more stress on your user. But I just want to let you know those 2 ways to stop the QB draw. Now you're like, okay, well, what if he goes in the I form? Because we're getting a lot of I form, strong, tight spammers, that kind of stuff. So let's go on this strong H wing that I know a lot of people have trouble with. This very specific, is it in this playbook? Stretch alert looky, maybe? Is it this play that people have trouble with? I thought it was like an off tackle play. This is a 3-3-5 wide. 3-3-5 wide. I like the nickel normal for the cover 2 man for the other one, because it's kind of like you get a wider alignment on a lot of players. But 3-3-5 wide, what I do is cover 2 man again. Sadly, you have to go to man coverage to play those receivers. And it feels like it plays better. Of course, you can play zone coverage like I talked about, like I showed you in the last one, but it is a little bit more stressful, I think. But I think you should mix them in, right? So it's cover 2 man is how I'll show it. Press shade over top for strong. For the way that you know they're running, shift your D-line towards the strength and slant them. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you know? I don't know. I think a lot of guys know how this happens. Is you left on the D-pad for the D-line, and then left on the thumbstick, left on the D-pad, then right on the thumbstick. So now, shifted and slanted that way. Again with the spies. TJ Watt is still broken. Normally, he will man up. Wait, why can't he man up to the fullback? Why is the fullback doesn't have an icon over his head? This game's so broken. And then you user this bush here. So then you got to be responsible for the running back, but why doesn't the fullback have an icon over his head? All right, this game's broken. Great. But anyways, then they'll run it. Of course, you'll have to get over here and fill with your user. He's still got off the edge. There's still a problem. You could throw QB contains on there in case you think they're going to roll out against you. But once again, press shade over top, slant your D-line. And then, actually, that guy on a purple zone, you can use the backside guy here. Okay, you can use him or him. But both of them are going to be a kind of like responsibility. So there you go. Because he's in the purple, he gets wider. Right. Strong. If it's a stretch that way, you want to go purple. If it's dire stretch combo, the QB spy is best. So it's nothing revolutionary that I'm showing you. But like if they go, say they audible to an I form, what's nice about this, if they ever audible, I usually am a 3-3-5 defense right now. So then you just do your regular press shade over the top. You're going to need fast DBs, by the way. You're going to need fast DBs. You know, that new Sneed's pretty nice with 95 speed. Not too crazy, but shade over the top so you don't get beat on streaks. Watch post patterns, crossers, that kind of stuff, slants, the corner routes. So there's still a lot of things that you can do. You can still mess. You can throw some of these guys into the zone still. Like, if you really need, like, you can do adjustments behind it. And I'm going to talk about that in the ebook. But, like, this is just stop the run. So then you have this, and then say they run the dive on you. Just crash down. You meet it with the line of scrimmage. Hope they don't fall forward too much at you. And basically, you're shooting forward at the gap. So they can audible to a whole lot of different things. Strong, H tight, H wing, strong tight. They can do dive out of strong tight too. But it's the same thing, right? I usually like to go there. I'd probably this would be my defense if he came out in a strong to stop the stretch to the right. And then you can watch the dive yourself. We shot the gap, got it. Now, it really depends. If you expect dive, QB spy. If you expect stretch, put them in a purple to the side that you expect stretch. The more versatile one is obviously the QB spy. So it's 100% about QB spying your safeties. It's run defense this year. It sucks because it's so like, you know, you have to commit everything. You have to commit your entire back line to bring more guys in the box because in any other zone, any other man, they don't play it that well. Like in previous years, if you cross-manned your safety, they played like QB spies play this year. That's why the run could contain. This year, you can't cross-man them. That was like 2 years ago since we had it. That was 19. 19 would have been a run game if cross-manning safeties work like they did in 20 and 21. So sadly, that's the thing. Like I could cross-man them on O, cross-man them on square. Like this is how it used to be played. I can show you, and now you can watch how this same dive, how they react to the dive still. It used to be so much nicer. They used to run up, and they used to smack them too. All right, and then let's just snap it. You see how they got wide? We still had pretty good. We had a decent block shed there, but the safeties ran wide, and it wasn't the greatest. But anyways, well, let's try that again. Let's do it better. Better cross man here. Halfback ISO. But basically, let's try it. Shade over top. Take a look at the defense. And yeah, I mean, he played pretty well, right? I mean, to be fair, the safeties did shoot. The problem is this safety shot out there instead of down like a QB spy. Even though he was cross man on the tight end over there. He shot out right. So that's the difference. This guy shot perfectly fine. The other one missed it. So it was inconsistent. So yeah, that's run D basically this year. 3-5 wide. Same as last year. It's the same run D's working. QB spying your safeties is really the best way of taking care of it. QB containing on that draw. It does an okay job, but it's not the greatest. So that's run D. Hopefully it works for you, but that's basically my whole thing. And then every adjustment behind it, we'll talk about it in the ebook and different things you can do to try and stop the pass. Because if they see you're in this with man coverage, you're going to start running corner routes, crossers, post patterns, slants, that kind of stuff. And you're going to have a hard time stopping them if they can make any sort of read. So this whole defense will definitely stop the guys who can't make reads, though. Good luck. Get lots of speed. And pray for the best. Pray you don't get too many broken tackles, too. Till next time. Hope this helped.